This is a live demo from Telefonica's lab where we control gear from multiple vendors using our multi-layer control platform. We're going to demonstrate different applications that cover different aspects of the life cycle of the network. Let's start by network discovery and viewing what we have in the network. Looking at the optic layer, we have three domains. We have a Siena domain comprising 3 nodes, a Huawei domain, and an Alcatel domain connected through OEO. The IP layer comprises of 2 Juniper routers and 2 Cisco routers connected through the blue links as shown here. In this setup, we can see how both layers work together. For example, we can click on an IP link and see how it's routed in the optical domain, in this case through the Siena domain and the Huawei domain. One more thing that we can view is how a site is constructed. Let's look at Juniper Right. Let's click this little plus sign here, and you can see what's at this site both from a routing perspective and transport perspective. Here we have an MX240 Juniper router connected to a Siena system and connected to a Huawei OTN box, which in turn connects to a Huawei WDM box. And you can see that, for example, the Huawei WDM box connects to another site, Cisco head, which is constructed differently. Let's now look at another application, which has to do with adding more capacity to the network. In this case, we want to add a new link between 2 routers. We go to our application pane and click a different application, in this case, multi-layer provisioning. Let's pick a port on Juniper router left here. Let's look at the routers. There's just one router here. Let's look at its interfaces. Okay, we're seeing a whole bunch of interfaces. We're interested in an interface which is already pre-connected to the optic layer and which is represented by this icon here. So I've picked an interface that's already connected to the optic layer. Let's do the same at the other end. Let's take this site here, look at the routers. Here there's a Cisco router. Look at its interfaces. And again, pick an interface that's pre-connected to the optic layer. We've automatically discovered how this interface is connected. And now let's click this button to add the new link. So this is the new link. You can see that it's routed in the Alcatel domain through an intermediate node. So imagine we had a business customer from the Cisco tail node to the Juniper right node. The working path for that customer would have gone through the direct link, and the backup LSP or the secondary LSP would go through the Cisco head node right here. We know this is not a good idea because if there's a failure on the fiber here, the orange marked fiber, you lose both of these links and you lose both the primary and secondary paths. To this end, we configure the IP layer with the SRLGs that we analyze from the optic layer. So if we click, for example, on this link here, you can see that this link has SRLG1 associated with it. This SRLG represents this optical link. Let's click now on the other IP link, which goes to the same fiber. You can see that this link has a few more SRLGs, but it also has SRLG1 representing the same risk. Without this SRLG sharing feature, the IP layer would have routed the backup LSP as we've shown earlier, naively thinking that these 2 links are diverse, which means that the SLA of this business customer would have been violated. Let's now demonstrate a fourth application, which is called coordinated maintenance. Let's pick this application here. This application allows a craft person to understand the impact of a maintenance activity. So we've picked this application, and what we can do here is understand the impact of a failure on the network. So let's pick a link that I'm going to maintain as an optical guide. Let's say this link. We already know that if I maintain this link, those 2 IP links will go down, but what is the actual impact on traffic? So picking this link here, I can now simulate the impact of the failure. Let's do that. The system is now querying an online planning tool to understand the actual behavior of the IP layer given the current traffic conditions and the accurate behavior of the IP layer. So what do we see here? We see, as expected, that the two IP links that were using this optical link are down there in red. We also see a purple link. Let's see what this means. Purple link means that the reserved capacity is even higher. So this link is very close to full capacity, and therefore there's risk of congestion in the network. So you can see that an optical guy that normally understands only the optic layer can get an accurate view of the impact of the maintenance activity on the full network, on the actual services. This completes our demo. We've shown on a live network in Telefonica various applications that we've implemented that impact different aspects of the life cycle of the network. For more information, please contact us at info@sedonasys.com. Thank you.